Hello, Gloria Day Lutheran Youth Ministry. My name is Katie LeClaire, the Director of Youth and Family Faith Formation at Gloria Day in St. Paul, if you found this YouTube by accident. And I just have 3 big announcements for you today to keep aware of, because you have your little calendars. And there's some questions about the calendar and then what's coming up quite a far ways into the future, but it's actually not that far away. So I'm going to start with the farthest out things and work my way towards what is coming up right away. We have 11 spots left for our mission trips this summer. And we have a number, I think we have 38 spots taken, which is great. And we've reserved just a few spots more so that you, if you have not signed up yet, can go on one of our mission trips. If you have friends, cousins, neighbors that would like to join us, we're totally open to teens. Anybody can go who's completing grades 6 through 12 this spring. And our trips are 2 kind of different trips, and both involve a serving component. So the first trip we're going on is the Knoxville, the Southern trip, which will make some civil rights tour stops on our way home. Not a week-long adventure worth of that. We just don't have the time for it. But we'll spend a week in Knoxville serving downtown in many different ways, making some new friends. And then on our way back, we're hoping to hit Birmingham, Montgomery, Memphis, maybe Selma, and I think we're staying in St. Louis on our way back. That's not all 1,000% sure yet, but we're getting there. And that trip is June 25th through July 3rd, and the cost will be somewhere between $600 and $700. I have 5 seats left for that. And then we're going to Niagara Falls at the end of July. That's July 30th through August 6th. And we're going to go up through Canada. So if you're doing that trip, you're going to need a passport or a card or an original birth certificate copy, whatever, original copy. Get a passport. And a TB shot or something like that. But I have all that information in our information packets. That trip is going to be between $500 and $600. I can't remember off the top of my head. Closer to $600. The reason why we really need to fill these seats is because we want to start big. We're going to have to do massive fundraising, which begins very soon, and the more people we have on the team, the more easy it will be to fundraise. We have a list of really creative fundraiser ideas this year that you can participate in, even if you're not going on the trips, if you'd like to be a blessing and a gift to the teams who are going, and that needs to start real soon. And I'm also looking for adults to help with all that, so it'll be very fun. Sign up by the end of January if there's any chance. Those seats they're open until they're filled, but I would not wait if I were you. Okay, so mission trips are happening, and I think they're kind of a growth area for our ministry. It's really exciting. I've seen tremendous spiritual growth happen with young people who choose to do these trips. It's a faith stretch, even for families who say, I'm not sure that I can afford to do this. We will make a way. It'll be awesome, and I really encourage you to participate. If you're looking for ways to say, how is God at work in our world? What is the Spirit doing when there's injustice and poverty and things that just don't seem right? Where is God? How can I believe? Go on a trip. We'll help you together. We'll all believe more because we were together. The second big announcement, or the thing that we're looking for mobilization regarding, is we're looking for senior high families to host the end of the month grill and chills. Normally the last Sunday of every month, we want a family to invite all the senior high students over for just a grill and chill. We call it grill and chill. It could be whatever you want it to be. Have people over at your house just for a time of games and food. So we're still looking for hosts for that for all of the rest of the month. So if you're a family that would be interested in that, let me know. The last big announcement that we'll just take a little bit of time with is explaining what happens during Lent. Every year, you may or may not know, it's not like Christmas. this set religious holiday that happens at the same time. Easter moves around every year, and if you ever want to know how or why, ask Pastor Lois. She'll tell you about the moon. But this year, Lent starts, I think, maybe as early as it possibly can, with Ash Wednesday on February 10th. And I'll be providing some resources that help explain what is Lent? What is Ash Wednesday? What does that even mean? Why do we put ashes on our forehead? Why do people talk about fasting? And we're going to call our church this year is our theme is called Unplugged. We'll be exploring many different ways that we can unplug from the excesses in our lives and plug into what the Spirit is doing. On Wednesday nights, we still meet for confirmation, but it just looks really different than the classic large group teaching time with the small group Bible study and discussion. We have meetings that begin every Wednesday after Ash Wednesday through Holy Week at about 5:45, and it goes until about 10 to 7, and then we all worship together from 7 to 7:30 every Wednesday night. And I'll tell you what this year's options are and how people do it. First of all, if you're a 9th or 10th grader, you go with your mentor and you choose one of these options that I'm talking about, and you choose to go together, and you're just the two of you go do something. And it's expected that your participation holds the whole way through Lent. I realize some people have spring break and things like that, but here's a time to really make a commitment to being here every single week. It's a time when the whole church comes together. If you're a 7th or 8th grader, the hope is that your small group will pick a track to go to together. However, some families participate independently of that. It's completely up to you how you do it, but we're encouraging our small group leaders to pick the plan with your group, and then you travel through the groups together. You can either pick one track and go the whole way through, or you might pick different options every single week. How you do that is completely up to you, but we would love parents to participate in that as well, or parents might choose a different track. It's completely open, and we have so many options. There's something for everybody for sure. So one of the things is a book discussion. The book is called Beautiful Boy, A Father's Journey Through His Son's Addiction. It's a small group discussion, especially relevant for family members with addiction, and that's in room 203. You'd want to get the book and do that together. There's another book discussion called Ask the Beasts, Darwin and the Love of God by Elizabeth Johnson. And this is a group discussion on this book, which claims Jesus' resurrection redeems all creation and invites Christians and Darwinists to a faithful dialogue. Pastor Lois will be leading that in the gallery. This is a great expansion of our faith and science discussion last year. I think all ages would be, junior high and high school, probably not little kids, would enjoy that dialogue, especially if you're interested in faith and science stuff. We also have the Planet Earth video. It's a PBS series. There's 5 segments that we'll be watching together in the youth center, exploring the miraculous splendor of the earth and how we can care for it. So if you're interested in watching the Planet Earth videos, you can go to that one. There's some growing deeper conversations. You can learn how to have really deep, meaningful conversations with others in the gathering place. There will be an open gym time if you just need to come and let off some steam. We're having the overview of the New Testament with Pastor Bradley in room 100. You won't have to buy a book for that or have any experience before coming into that. So if you'd just like to know more about the New Testament, you can go to that. We have the art and faith going on. Our plan is to do that in the colonial room. If it's rehabbed by then, I think it should be. And that we did last year. I helped lead that. We're going to have some guided art activities for people of all abilities, so you don't have to be an artist to come to that. And then we'll also have some freestyle art supplies if you just want to come and color or paint or cut or whatever you do. The final one that I have listed here from the church website is the Welcoming Task Force. And we would love to have more teens participating in the renovation of Gloria Day's welcoming statement to include people of trans and other backgrounds, so that we're making sure that we have a really inclusive, welcoming statement. So we would love to have your participation in that discussion all the way through Lent. I'm trying to think if there's, so we go to one of these experiences as soon as you can get here on Wednesday nights. Most of them start at 5:45. Grab your dinner, soup suppers, come go to one of these things, and then we all worship from 7 to 7:30 together. One little thing I'd like to just say from my own part of what I do and part of my heart is I really get disappointed when people decide they're going to come to the early activities and then leave before the worship time or the prayer time together at 7. Don't do that. Just stay through 7:30. Just take some time and decompress and have some God time every single Wednesday night. I think it's so important. I really believe you'll be blessed. Make it a priority. I know you're busy with school stuff, but I really ask you to don't just leave before that. Every year when people start leaving before then, just means I have to go pray because I start to get pretty upset. Don't upset me. Why would you do that? Okay, I think that's basically what I wanted to have you know about. Parents, help your small group leaders make a plan for Lent. And then the calendar goes through then those weeks of Lent all the way through Holy Week, which is like the last week of March. And we will be doing a Good Friday crosswalk, which is a whole nother separate piece where we can have an interactive worship experience that goes around the church and reenacts the last hours of Jesus' life. You can come and help put that production on this year. I'll get you more information about that. That's open to all ages, and it's completely awesome. So then we have the Easter Vigil. We have the Monday, Thursday service on the 24th of March, Good Friday crosswalk on the 25th, Easter Vigil is Saturday night, a don't miss service. I think everyone should go to that. I'd rather see you all there than even on Easter Sunday morning, which is March 27th. And then save the date. A month after that is our Confirmation Sunday with our 10th graders on April 24th. That's enough for now. You are good people. You are loved by God, and you are blessed.